Hello, everyone. It is day 15 of the Osaka Basho, Haru Basho, and we are with you. We're one bout late, sure.
Apologies. Great to be with you. But yes, we missed the first Juryo bout, and maybe just as we come up to this Tochi Musashi bout up against Chiyono,
Who shouldn't have to fight so low?
well, he's in Makushita.
Oh, he's in Chiyono. Do you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
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 You don't need to say anything there. I completely understand. So why are we late?
Well, we've been at the onsen. We're very relaxed, extremely relaxed. There's a great onsen in Tokyo that we always make a point of going to. If you'd like to go there, it's fantastic. It's called Niwa no Yu, out near Toshimaen Station. And after we had a wonderful bath, we had a beautiful frozen highball, and then we just wanted to stay for a little bit longer.
We thought we had more time. But here we are, happy to be with you.
It's Tochi Musashi up against Chiyono. Now, this is crucial for Chiyono from Makushita, as he is on 3 wins and 3 losses, and at Makushita 5. He's sniffing away at that return to Juryo. Tochi Musashi at 4-10. He could give this one to him, is all I'm saying. He's down early, Chiyono. And he comes in lower than Tochi Musashi, and he tries to pull him down, and he succeeds. He tumbles him around to his left, pulls Tochi Musashi down, and goes for a run down the Hanamichi. That's his Kachikoshi. So at Juryo 5, that is great news for him, although there are a whole lot of guys up the top of Juryo who have done quite well. And I'm not sure whether that will mean a return to Juryo for him, but it looks like maybe it will. Chiyo Sakayo finished on 5 wins, 1 loss. Shiden finished on 5 wins and 1 loss at Makushita 6. So this could be good news for Chiyono, but bad news for Tochi Musashi.
Well, as we see the replay there, thrilling the crowd, getting involved with the people, we love to see it, and the people in early at the Osaka Prefectural Gymnasium, really enjoying getting up and close with Chiyono. The next bout, Taka Kento up against Shimazumi. Well, both of these Rikishi, you would say, have had successful campaigns this basho. Taka Kento especially coming into this bout on 9-5 at Juryo 12. His time in Juryo has been spotty, to say the least.
Yes.
Taka Kento, the 27-year-old from Kumamoto Ken. Look at... He has been very familiar with the lower Juryo rankings. His best effort... Well, I think we're looking at his best effort in Juryo so far. He did go 9-6 back in September of last year at Juryo 14, but now at Juryo 12, a much higher rank. The competition, way more intimidating. Taka Kento has stood up and he's stuck the stomach out.
He has. He's got the chance now to go into double figures at Juryo 12. This is a good news bout as well, because his opponent is Shimazumi, who also has his Kachikoshi. This is his 3rd Kachikoshi in a row in Juryo. He's struggled to get out of the lower Juryo rank, Shimazumi. We've seen him fight up quite high this time around at Juryo 7, his highest rank. He lost yesterday, but before that there was a stream of 5 wins. And yeah, Shimazumi's, he's just got the job done this time around. Started off well, then struggled. But he's looking okay.
Well, as we see, we take a beautiful shot of the Shimazumi towel there.
Where can you get that one?
Well, I don't think we saw that one, did we? I certainly didn't at the merch shops. I think this could be a high-quality DIY effort. We do know that the DIY towel scene in Osaka especially is very, very healthy, and maybe we're seeing some of the results of that. Looks like the Gyoji is ready. He points the Gunbai forward. Taka Kento, will he show the stomach today?
Well,
there it is!
It's forward.
Just the single, though, there. Shimazumi down first. Taka Kento attacks hard, thrusting high at Shimazumi. Brilliant win What a way to finish this March Basho for Taka Kento. 10-5 at Juryo 12. Maybe I'll say it now, but this is one of our Juryo awards, rising from the swamp. I can't think of a better candidate than this. Taka Kento, congratulations.
Well done. Just the power of the stomach really coming to the fore there. You said he only showed it once. We wouldn't have known because there's a bit of a problem with the Abema coverage at the moment. It's that they refuse to zoom out at the start of matches. We've noticed it a few times over the last few days. They're really big fans of the tight zoom at the moment, and so they only just caught the end of the stomach display, which is not on.
They have very few cameras.
It's true.
I appreciate that, but something I tell to young camera people when I speak to them, it's better to be zoomed too far out than too far in.
Yeah, you can see everything when you're out.
Exactly. I can just lean in close to the computer if I want to get a zoom in.
He's doing it right now. He's a centimetre away.
I call that the human zoom in. But if you zoom too far in, I can't lean back and see more.
That's right. And they've just been really keeping it tight, and we've missed a bit of action along the way, including probably Taka Kento's first belly display there, but we'll take it because we get to see Sumo on the screen. Thank you very much, Bema.
Churuna Umi, the 29-year-old, look at this record, 9-5. There are a lot of Churuna Umi fans out there. The Okinawan-born Rikishi has struggled to find consistency over the last few years. And I mean, if we only look at those two bouts, November and January, just past, you see a lot of black dots at the end. 6 losses in a row. That's the way he finished off those two Basho. But now we look at something, it's a different picture. Juryo 10 coming into this bout 9-5.
And his opponent is Daiamami, who is coming into this on 5-9. It's the wrong end of the two numerals there, 5 and 9. He has really been struggling. It looks like, some kind of injury. The left knee is heavily strapped, and he hasn't been moving in his usual Genki. His name's Genki, but he's not Genki here. But he does have his number one fan in the stadium. And they're showing her here. She is a huge fan of his stable, but also of him in particular, often wearing his jumper. She's got the banner today. It's a hat as well.
Just turn it around a bit. I think it says it's Gambare.
Yep.
Daiamami.
And why shouldn't he? He'd love to finish here on 6-9. Is it a possibility? Goes down onto that injured knee. Just hasn't been moving well.
No, I think you're right. If he could come out of this Basho with a 6-9, I think that would be an absolute success. Some say that 6-9 is the new 7-8, which is the new 8-7. So, yeah, good signs ahead.
We're saying it.
We're saying it, and we won't take it back.
Yeah, Churuna, he is just really kicking it here at Juryo 10. He's enjoying. I mean, he's been higher, of course, but he's finding it okay this time around.
So, quick discussion question. You just saw on the screen a couple of twins in the same clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Should twins be dressed in the same clothes, or is it psychologically damaging?
That's a great question. One I hadn't necessarily thought I'd be asked today, but let me ruminate.
Don't rush to a response. I know that's a big one to drop on you with no preparation.
I think, yes, it's cute. I think it's cute. I think I'm going to give it an overall yes. I think I've come to it in a later stage of life. Like, I think originally I would have been like, oh, a bit lame. And now I'm like, cute. It just looks great.
I think I'd be worried I'd get them mixed up.
Yeah. Depends what they look like. Because you can also dress two kids the same at different ages.
Oh, that's fine, as long as I know who's
who. Outfit at different sizes. I'd probably do that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I think if I was a parent, that's what I'd be doing because, I'm a bit lazy sometimes. Including with buying clothes. Churunumi, he is down first. Daiamami always just looking like he's struggling to get down a little bit at the moment, but he is down. Churunumi comes forward. Daiamami reaches out with his left hand, but he's not able to get any purchase on Churunumi's belt. They're struggling at each other's chests here. Churunumi trying to push Daiamami back, but he ends up on the belt with the left hand. He's trying to keep Daiamami off his own belt, but I don't think he's managed it. Daiamami has their left hand on as well, which is broken. He's now got the right hand. So Churunumi with the left, Daimami with the right, and they're holding each other's hands there. And it's Daimami that pulls Churunumi down to the ground and rolls all on top of him just to rub it in.
Well, and he comes up, Churunumi completely covered with dirt. Daimami very happy. She knows where the cameras are. A fascinating belt battle there that we saw. Interesting to see, and we'll see this on the replay, Churunumi really physically removing that left hand of Daimami off the belt. Churunumi, though, in the end, to keep away from the full belt hold, had to keep the hips too far back, presented Daimami with a gift there that let him roll him down to the ground.
It was a good struggle. Actually, a good, honest chest-to-chest bout between these two, and a surprise win for Daimami, who ends up on 6 and 9, and he would be pleased with that at Juryo 6. Stops the flow down the charts. Churunumi finishing on 9 and 6 at Juryo 10.
Up next, the rikishi that has Osaka talking, has Japan talking, has sumo dorks all around the world talking, Gonoyama. The 24-year-old from Osaka, from Juryo 6 in only his 5th basho, is already 10 and 4. He's no stranger to good scores, but it feels like something has clicked for this young man. He's comfortable in Juryo now, and he's starting to throw his weight around.
And boy, have they given him a reward today. They've said, you know, you've already got to double digits. You're 10 and 4. You could possibly even go 11 and 4. We're going to reward you with the 5th bout of Juryo up against 5 and 9, Shimano-umi. Just take the stage, young man.
So you're saying this is a gift from the people of Osaka to Gonoyama?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Shimano-umi, on the other hand, not going as well, 5 and 9. You can see on your screen now that big run of losses in week 1 hurt him badly. He's very low now, Juryo 11. Ex-Makuuchi, of course. You start to wonder, though, where this fall will leave him. A 5 and 10 would probably see him exit Juryo. And no one likes to see that.
Especially with Shimano-umi. I mean, he's been a real stalwart for us since we've started watching. He's been up and down, of course, but yeah, going down to Makushita, there's a lot of these older guys who are really starting to become challenged, whether it's by the new ones coming through or by their age or by their injuries, but he is certainly one of them. Gonoyama has had great success over Oshoma, over Ichinojo. He's the only one who beat the current Juryo leader, Ichinojo. He beat Enho. He beat Ochiai. He beat the stomach of Takakento.
Well, I mean, he's been beating in-form Rikishi, that's for sure. Now, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that we are doing this stream from our Airbnb.
Yeah.
On Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We don't have any good intel around how this is looking or sounding.
Are we even going live?
It looks like we are, but, you know, we got back and we set up very, very quickly, so who knows? I'm having a good time, though.
Me too. We really ran in. You've never seen a man set up a podcast setup so quick. And there's a lot of men setting up a lot of podcast setups.
Tell you what.
This guy, when he moves...
I moved.
Lightning.
Now, I mean, this is all working under the assumption that we are actually streaming right now. We don't know that.
Well, it does say we are, so, I mean, we'll put it up at the end if it's not actually going out into the world.
We'll do it all again tomorrow and act as surprised as we are today. Looks like the Gyoji is ready. Gonoyama, his mind probably thinking about the Senshuraku party tonight.
With Goedo.
Yep. Just got to smash through Shimano-umi, get that 11th win. What can Shimano-umi do to shut Gonoyama down? Gonoyama underneath keeps Shimano-umi high. And I tell you what, that went exactly as I thought it would.
Very quick one there. Perhaps not a surprise. We asked what Shimano-umi could do against Gonoyama with a 2-0 record against him now, 3-0. And the answer was very much nothing.
Big question marks now against the future of Shimano-Umi. He will drop down to Makushita with that 5-10 result at Juryo 11. Last time he was there was January 2018. A single man.
Yes.
Footloose, fancy-free.
Goodness, what a wedding does to a man.
What a wedding does to a man. Next up on your screen, we have Hakuyozan up against Enho. And again, this is another good news bout. A day 15 programming, what would you say? Piece of enjoyment.
Yeah,
Nothing
this
riding
one
on it. Although, a 9-6 would be a nice way for Enho to finish this basho.
Well, here's Juryo 5, and we have the Ben Marshman prediction that Enho will never again return to Makuuchi. So I, for one, would love that to be proven wrong immediately.
Well, it won't be proven wrong this time.
No.
Even a 9-6 from Juryo 5. He's staying put. I don't mind it. I think we've seen over the last couple of basho now what can only be described as a return to form for Enho. Whether it's injury, whether it's rediscovering that small man sumo that saw him rocket to the mid Makuuchi level. But I tell you what, day in and day out over these last 15 days, Enho has been out there thrilling the crowd with 8 wins, but also thrilling the crowd with 6 losses.
That's right. I mean, he just has definitely looked better recently, I would say. Like, he feels to me like he's re-establishing himself. I mean, he's been in Juryo since January 2021. So that's over 2 years now.
Who?
Enho.
Only 2. Oh, he's been
In Juryo for 2 years.
Oh, okay, right. I thought you said in sumo.
No.
Like it's been longer
But
than
he's
that.
been really, he hasn't been able to get anything happening in that time. He's looked injured. We know that he was injured, but he hasn't been able to, re-find that form. And it's very clear when he's in form and he's able to move well. And it's happening right now.
It just feels different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a confidence in which he's approaching these bouts. Obviously, the size of his opponent doesn't matter. He goes out there believing he can win.
And his popularity hasn't decreased at all. Everyone's still screaming out for him. He's still doing, lots of TV shows and ads and stuff like that. So I guess he's still around. And the stable, of course.
I mean,
Very popular.
He's selling tickets. There's no doubt about it. He's great for the sport. But we should talk a little bit about his opponent today, Hakuyozan. A successful campaign this time around, a 9-5. Nice thing for Hakuyozan at Juryo 9. May see, with this return to form, move up the ranks slightly in Juryo. Feels though it's been a long time since we've seen him at his highest rank of Juryo 3, all the way back in March 2019. Sumo goes quickly, doesn't it? Time goes quickly.
Yeah. It's got its own time. I mean, the pandemic has given us one set of time.
Yep.
And then sumo gives us another. We're operating across dimensions here. But it is time for Hakuyozan to come up on Senshiraku Day 15 in Osaka against his opponent Enho. Hakuyozan 9-5, Enho 8-6. Enho goes up, very tall, standing tall against Hakuyozan's body. He's got his left arm up under his underarm, and he just lets Hakuyozan push back towards him. He darts away. He's trying to get Hakuyozan to run past him, and it happens 3 times, but he's not able to put Hakuyozan away. But finally he gets a hand on the back of the mawashi, but Hakuyozan breaks it almost immediately. Enho is absolutely pushing Hakuyozan back, and finally he succeeds in getting him across the Tuara.
I mean, look at this
Wow.
big crash zoom from Bema there. They love this. What about for Enho to finish the March Basho? And we saw everything that has made these last 15 days great for this great man. The ability to continually make space between him and Hakuyozan. We saw it probably 4 or 5 times because he needs that space to operate. Enho has done such a good job this basho of choosing the time when he gets in close as we take the replay
I
here.
thought he was in trouble here. Too close. That's why he needed that space.
Absolutely, and he creates it. He moves so quickly around the side. Hakuyozan's defense here is incredible. He's always able to stabilize and react, as you see Hakuyozan defend that Ashitori attempt there. Here, though, up against it on the Tawara, somehow Enho finds a way around the back. I mean, this is incredible sumo.
It really was. This was fantastic by Enho. He was everywhere he needed to be somehow. Never stopped moving. Even here when Hakuyozan hauled him across the doyo by the arm, he was stable. He's just looking, I think that's the difference that I can see with him at the moment, the stability and the return of power in his pushing and his movement. And together that stability and power is an amazing combo for him.
Unbelievable. When he's at his best, it looks like he sees sumo differently. We saw it on display there. What about day 15?
What about? So Enho finishing on 9 and 6 at Juryo 5. That's probably one of the best possible outcomes for him, I would say. A 9 and 6 is really strong for him.
It's the new 10-5.
Hakuyozan finishes on the same score. And we can see some people in the chat. I cannot believe we're actually going live. We weren't sure, to be honest. Look, we returned from the onsen way too late, missed the first bout, set up a podcast set up in a record time and pressed go and didn't know what was happening.
I was hoping to test the upload-download speed of this Wi-Fi, but I was like, I don't have time.
We do not know if the video looks okay. If it doesn't look okay, we'll resync it later. Just pop onto your favourite stream and listen to us at the same time.
We did have a few comments that the last, that was at day 8, was a bit choppy, and I don't think what people understood that watching sumo at 3 frames a second, it's like walking around an art gallery. Do you know, where you get to take time to take in each beautiful picture of sumo. So sorry if our artistic vision there is too confrontational for you, too far out there. It had nothing to do with the bad Wi-Fi we're on. This is an artistic choice.
Absolute visionaries.
Oh, well, Mainichi. Is that too strong a word? I don't think so. Next up, the bout we have for you is Roga up against Tomokaze. Roga coming into this bout on 7 and 7, the Nanasho Nanahai man up against...
It's true.
It's true. Person, I should say, though.
Oh,
or
yes.
human.
Yep.
Up against Tomokaze, who, good to see, already has his Kachikoshi at Juryo 13. Destiny, though, is on the other side of the door for Roga. He's got the door handle in his hand. He's about to twist the door handle, but is the door locked? Did Tomokaze lock it? Let's see. Okay, Roga down first. Slap to the face by Roga. Tomokaze rallies, though. He's got the... Well, yeah, I mean, look. Roga opened so beautifully there.
Yeah.
I didn't even have time to describe that beautiful right-hand belt grip that he got. I was hoping to talk a little bit about Tomokaze's piano playing there, but that bout did not go on long enough. Great win and Kachikoshi for Roga.
I'll tell you what was on the other side of that door. It was a big, old, fat Kachikoshi for Roga. Great news for him because he's shown really good sumo this time around. He took a Saniyama to the absolute ropes. It was a fantastic bout between those two. He was one of the only challengers to a Saniyama. Saniyama, he's been beaten a couple of times, but Roga took him really, really close. So it was fantastic to see Roga finish with 4 wins at the end there for his Kachikoshi.
Wow. Hang on.
Yeah.
So he was on the road to Kachikoshi for the last 4 days.
Yep.
Amazing work.
So not only is that physical stamina to push through those things, that's mental
stamina.
When you're on the road to Kachikoshi, you know, your backpack's heavy.
Yeah.
You're just stumbling along. The road's stony and difficult and uphill. You're pushing past all your mental and physical back barriers, and he did that. So great sign for Roga. I'm also thrilled to see Tomokaze get his Kachikoshi. So that was previously. He finishes on 8 and 7 at Juryo 13, which keeps him in Juryo, which for me personally, is vital to my love of sumo because he's
Is it?
my favourite
Right,
Nishon
wow,
Ozeki
okay.
Beya. I know. Did you know that?
Gee, I didn't know it was
I
all
didn't
riding
tell you
on
that ahead of time.
I'm glad you didn't.
I was ready to quit if he didn't quit everything.
Well, on your screen at the moment, Oshoma. He's coming in on 7 and 7.
What's on the other side of the door for him?
What's on the other side of the door? Is
Hasn't
it
got
locked?
his hand on the handle yet, but it's going to be there soon.
Has Korokuzan just snibbed the lock? Is it snib? Is that a verb?
Yeah, you snib.
Snib it.
Snib the lock. My mum used to say that to me all the time. When I hear snib, I think of like snib the lock. Like, just don't forget to snib the lock. It was like with the double lock things.
But your mum has a few weird English sayings.
Well, she does. She
So
does.
now that you
She
say
said-
that, I don't think it's snib.
She said yogurt for my whole childhood. And I went to school, and in Australia, most people say yogurt.
Yeah.
And I know yogurt is English. That's fine.
I think they
But I
say
got,
yogurt
I
there.
got teased at school for
Yeah.
saying yogurt.
Yep. I tease you
Kids
about
are
it.
so mean.
I'm so mean. Anyway,
You're fine.
let's talk. Let's talk about Oshoma. As we said, coming in 7 and 7 in only his 5th Juryo bout. But who could forget back in November last year that sensational 11-4 Yusho? We felt something with this with this guy.
Yep.
He's got everything going for him, but as we said, as he steps up to the door today, will the door handle open? And on the other side, will it be someone saying, "You get a little bump in Juryo next time"? Korokuzan,
No bumps there.
no bumps. He is 4 and 10 at Juryo 10. Better
And
have.
He's backing
Well-
up. I think I'm about to follow up what you were about to say,
Yep.
which is he's backing up his 411
Yeah.
in January. So 411 at Juryo 5.
So
He may go the same today if he's not on the other side of the door.
okay.
I've lost track of
I don't know
who's
who's
on the
near
door.
the door.
But Oshoma, here he is. He's knocking. Absolutely knocking on that door of Kachikoshi. Coming into day 15. Nana sho nana hai.
Open the door.
And it was just a gentle pushback. He tried to open it.
He tried
And
to
somebody
open
was
it.
like, I'm in here. Like when you go to the
Oh,
toilet
yeah.
at a party and the door doesn't lock because you're at somebody's house. They don't have a lock on the door. I'm in here. Korokuzan's in here. Reset. Big old reset. A lot riding on this for the Juryo 4 Oshoma. He goes up and stumbles past Korokuzan, who does a bit of a meet and move there. Korokuzan working over the face and upper body of Oshoma, but Oshoma, he comes back, he gets on the belt with the underhanded grip with the left, but Korokuzan, he is really working Oshoma over, and he breaks that grip almost immediately. Korokuzan up under the arms of Oshoma, but Oshoma can twist him and put him down. That is Kachikoshi. He's through the door, he's burst through.
Yeah. Well, I liken that to when you put the key in the door and you got to jiggle it a bit to get the lock
Oh,
to
yeah.
unlock. So it took a little bit of time for Oshoma to get through the door, but in the end, kicked it in. Kachikoshi. Amazing resilience here showed by Oshoma. As we see on the replay, very good sumo from Korokuzan.
It was actually.
Accurate thrust to the chest.
Yep.
Well, we're not seeing that right now as he tumbles down, but great work to move Oshoma to the bales. But Oshoma, he had all the answers, opens the door to a Kachikoshi.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Very good work for him, and he flipped his hair back. Joins the club of those who do choose to do the hair flip back when they win. And he absolutely should. Welcome in the chat to so many of our absolute faves. Thanks for letting us know we're going out live, Corey and Siggy. So awesome to see you guys.
So we're about
Jarvis,
a...
Thanks heaps. Hakioi Sumo, thanks for
Oh,
coming in.
Thank you, Hakioi. So we are currently in Tokyo, just about
Yes.
a 10-minute walk
Yes.
from the south exit of Ikebukuro Station.
Yes.
We fly out tonight.
Yep.
And if you caught our earlier podcasts, we were at the Osaka Basho day 1
Yep.
to 4. Couldn't believe we were there. It was a sensational atmosphere, environment. Speaking of sensations, on your screen, Mr. Sumo Chiyomaru with his bout now against Tamashoho. Well, two very, very different stories here. Chiyomaru, Mr. Sumo, 3-11. Not a lot of good news to come out of this basho for him at Juryo 4. Has only beat Tochinoshin, who is basically out injured, walking dead. Also beat Churanaumi and Tokushoryu. So you can see the caliber of the Rikishi that he's beat to get those 3 wins.
And we see the dramatic entrance of the leader of Juryo today. It is our friend, your friend, most people's friend, Ichinojo, who has thrilled the crowd with his many wins. We'll see whether he's able to pull off the Juryo Yusho today. But Chiyomaru's opponent today is Tamashoho. I think Tamashoho has gained some fans this time around. He is a very likeable guy who's been in sumo for quite a while. This is his Juryo debut. He is married to Tamawashi's sister and in good company.
No.
There.
Tamawashi is married to his sister.
That's right.
It took me so long to process that. I'm like...
As I was, as my mouth was saying it, I'm like, no. I've seen the pictures.
You've seen the picture and you're like, the girl in the picture looks like Oshoma.
They look like...
Oh, Tamashoho, I should say.
Tamashoho, yeah, they look similar. Yep.
Look at this Abema coverage. That's a beautiful shot.
See, they will not zoom out.
No.
This is what I'm talking about. Whoa.
I don't mind zooming in.
Well, they're zooming in even further. They're committing.
Oh, this is beautiful footage. I'm not sure whether... what's the right award that we submit this footage to? Is it the Emmys for TV or is it the... the Grammys? The sound capture on the slapping of the back and the thighs there, very crisp.
It's the... when you get the 3 awards together? What's that called? You get the dancing, the singing and the acting.
Let's come back to that because they're about to go... That's bothering me though. Tamashoho down first. He comes at Chiyomaru, tries to get back on the belt, but Chiyomaru establishes a double belt hand grip, starts to engage the body. Tamashoho trying to twist Mr. Sumo around, but Tamashoho fights them back to the middle of the doyo. But Chiyomaru with very solid double hand belt grips, stable feet, another crash zoom on the stomach as they come forward. Tamashoho desperately trying to throw Chiyomaru over the bales, but he proves too hard to move. Well. This is the best sumo we've seen from Chiyomaru. There's a couple of very happy young ladies there.
Watch the Abema coverage later, ladies. You get some good stomach shots.
Bit of private time with the Abema stream there. That was beautiful stuff from Chiyomaru.
Fantastic from him. I guess he can still put in with a bit of sumo here and there, and it shows some of Tamashoho's weaknesses. He just got in close and couldn't stop him crushing him down and out.
I feel like, especially this basho, we haven't seen Chiyomaru enough try to get on the belt.
Yeah, it worked on the belt.
It certainly did.
Today.
I think he looked really, really good there. Maybe exploited the size difference in terms of height of his opponent.
Yeah.
Allowed him to get that
important win at Juryo 4. He finishes on 3 and 11.
No, he finishes on 4.
4 and 11.
How dare you deny him?
That's my bad. That's fully my bad. Tamashoho finishes on 8 and 7 at Juryo 13. So we will see him again in May. And we will indeed talk about our Meatland adventures on the final podcast, which we plan to do once we've gone via Showa Day in Dallas with Gagamaru, which looks amazing.
Well, we need to talk about this.
Yeah,
I saw that today.
Amazing.
I nearly fell off my chair. That's incredible.
Have a great time.
Oh.
I feel like we should have incorporated this into our itinerary.
We need to price some flights, do we? How soon is that, Corey and Siggy, that event is?
I think
is
it's
it soon?
Sunday, right?
a week from today.
No, like today. Well, it's Sunday for us, but it's Saturday.
Oh, so the event's tomorrow.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
You can say.
But what we will tell you is that we are going to do a day 15 wrap-up on the podcast. Perhaps at the airport.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know if I've told you about that. Because I think Okay, a couple of things. So we will either do it when we get to the airport or when we get back to Australia tomorrow, but we will be doing a sealed section of the podcast at the end. We're going to go course by course through the Meatland experience. Can I just jump back quickly to Aaron and Siggy telling us that it's the EGOT award when you get all three.
Oh,
It's
EGOT.
an Emmy, a Grammy, an O.
Oh, yeah, I got another award. Thank
and
you.
A T award. It's a theatre award, right? You get a Grammy.
Yes. As
and
people in the
acting.
arts.
There,
Like I should
are there
know this.
EGOTs for Ricochet where you get the technique prize, the fighting spirit
Has
prize?
anybody ever got all three?
The
And
Ricochet.
the Yusho.
Well, that's more than an EGOT.
Okay, so the EGOT's just the 3 special prizes, actually, which were announced. I should talk about that. At least on the podcast.
Can I also say that I fear we're running chat a little differently with our cut down setup, and I think we're getting a big delay. So if you type something in chat and it takes us 3 minutes to get back to you,
Yeah, sorry.
we really apologise.
But April 28 and 29 is
damn, can I get some more
the
time
Dallas
off work?
Sumo Club special day with
Oh,
Gagamaru. I
it's
can't believe that's actually
incredible.
happening. So maybe we could. Well, you've got no leave is the problem.
I've got negative leave.
Aqua versus Shonan no Umi. Both on 8 and 6. Coming into this, Shonan no Umi has treated us to some excellent sumo. And Aqua's done his thing. Burn. Aqua comes forward. Shonan no Umi's higher, and Aqua takes him to the edge, but Shonan no Umi takes all of that momentum, says, thank you very much. I'll be putting you down on the ground, burying your face in the Tawara. That is a loss for Aqua, who looks very disappointed, as he always does. Rips off his Sagari, and Shonan no Umi takes the win.
Well, Akawa finishes with 8 and 7, and I think he should be happy with that. As we take the replay here and we watch a great demonstration of Shonan no Umi's strength to take that Akawa initial attack, hold it up, and just twist him down for the win there. Shonan no Umi fighting at his highest rank of Juryo 3, finishes with a 9 and 6. He's knocking on a different door. And the other side of that door is Makuuchi.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking at the top of Juryo, so obviously Ichinojo will go back, Asaniyama will go up. But then he's got a pretty good chance actually at 9 wins now, Shonan no Umi at Juryo 3. He's the next highest guy with 9 wins, and Gonoyama finished on the 10. So I think he's got a great chance.
Well, you know my theory. I like Ricochet such as Shonan no Umi. This is only his, I believe, 2nd or 3rd appearance in Juryo. Another Basho at Juryo won't hurt him.
Yep.
Give himself time to settle before he gets put into the pressure cooker that is Makuuchi.
Well, we come up to a very important, I guess the important bout of Juryo today. It's Ichinojo, who's been programmed against. I mean, Juryo programming.
Oh, I mean, it's just
They get to the end and they're just like, oh, well, I guess there's one option here. It's not like Makuuchi where you know, they're scheming and they're going, who do we bring up and how do we make this kind of weird but also exciting.
I think they're limited by the pool of Ricochet they've got. We know that, but this is unfortunate.
He's against Tsushima Nara at Juryo 9, which you would think would be okay, but he has not succeeded this time around, and he has gone 4 and 10.
Tsushima Nara, he has not looked good this Basho. You can see every joint of his body heavily strapped there.
So if Ichinojo wins this, and I do love that he always has his own lot of individual Ichinojo towels out and about in the stadium, always, like there was when he won his Yusho. People have to come up with their own versions. If he wins today, that will be the Juryo Yusho for him, because Asaniyama has lost twice.
Yeah. I mean, I find it quite amazing that we're sitting here with a situation that's out of Asaniyama's hands that could lead him to not win this Yusho. I think coming into this, even with the presence of Ichinojo, as we see the Mongolian flag, I believe they're held up. We knew Ichinojo was in Juryo, but he's had some tough times, to say the least. I think everyone would have assumed that this was Asaniyama's Yusho to win or to lose. I'm not sure what the right way to say that is. But Ichinojo just so consistent. As you said before, only dropped one to Gonoyama, the star of tomorrow.
Yes.
The Gyoji is ready. Ichinojo,
Oh, he's ready.
he's ready. He knows what he needs to do here. Up against a Rikishi, a bit down on confidence. He just will move forward, finish this one quickly. But Sushimanada on the belt makes Ichinojo work. Ichinojo spins him around once, lays himself, well, not himself, he lays Sushimanada to the dirt, hands himself the Juryo Yusho.
And congratulations to Ichinojo. He said before this basho that he wanted to get straight back up. And he didn't even have to win a Yusho to be able to do that. But his form and his sumo has made that happen for him. He beat Asaniyama, so that was really important in this round. He took Asaniyama back to the bales, or Asaniyama took him back to the bales, and he turned around and dumped him down. Similarly, a little bit to how he dumped Sushimanada today, but more on the bales. So that was a massive win where he established dominance over Asaniyama.
Well, it was, wasn't it? And I mean, what a way to finish. A 15-day carnival of strong, positive sumo from Ichinojo. Hard to believe that it was May 2014 when he won his last Juryo Yusho. From Juryo 10, he went 11-4. Of course, it was a very quick promotion up to the top ranks from Ichinojo from there, and over his career picked up a bunch of awards, a bunch of kimboshi, and of course, 2022 July, that 12-3 Yusho. Well, Asaniyama, how does he feel about this? Probably doesn't matter in the scheme of things. Asaniyama will be making his return to Makuuchi next time.
I feel like he would have loved to win.
Sure.
I think to get to Juryo Yusho in a row would have been kind of important to just bulldoze your way through, but I don't think it matters.
No, I don't think so. It would be great to see Asaniyama back, great to see Ichinojo back. The bout in front of us now, we have Hidenumi and Tochinoshin. I've organised us to move house when we get back to Australia, so I feel we can have some real talk about Tochinoshin.
Yeah.
Of course, not safe to have your address out there if you do want to speak honestly, but here's what I want to say about Tochinoshin.
Yeah.
It's the end of his career. But can I say, I admire that he's turned up every day and lost so quickly.
Well, I mean, the shoulder popping out over and over, which seems to be the issue here.
Yeah.
Right? You were telling me that it's not that his shoulder is ongoing dislocated. It's that now it's the issue.
The issue following dislocation.
Going to happen quite a lot. I mean, imagine going into every single bout thinking that you're going to be in excruciating pain.
If only there was a way to not fight each day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, what is the rest of his life going to hold? I'm fascinated to hear about the ongoing exploits of Tochinoshin, because I think we'll hear about him for years and years to come.
I agree.
Once he does retire.
And I hope he continues his association with sumo following.
I
wonder too.
We
know he has some
his land and his business.
He's got some hospitality interests back in his home country. I think he's been setting himself up for quite a long time to return, but I'd love to see him stay around sumo and offer his unique insight.
I mean, Tochi at Dallas Sumo Club's next in a couple of years.
Come on.
It's Tochi there. Tochi and Gagamaru. Oh my goodness.
Exhibition bout.
Okay, that taking weeks off for that one. Hidenumi, he goes down. Tochinoshin takes Hidenumi's arms, and Tochinoshin's on the belt here with his right hand. Hidenumi pushes him back, and it's Tochinoshin who flips him round and takes him out. Well done. That's one more win for him. He finishes on 5-10. I enjoyed that.
I've got to say, I mean, given this injury he's carrying, a 5-10 is a very positive result. And we saw him absolutely favour the right arm here against Hidenumi and effectively win this bout one-handed. You can see it's the right hand belt grip he has here, the left hand dangling uselessly, but it doesn't matter because one-handed Tochinoshin at the moment is better than two-handed Hinumi.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there you go. That's your thing to take away for today, Tochinoshin. That you just beat a man who couldn't even push you backwards when your shoulder's about to be dislocated through any small amount of pressure.
Smart sumo from Tochinoshin. Now we come up to one of our marquee matches now.
Yeah, the plan. Getting Gagamaru, then getting Tochi. It's absolutely happening.
That's so true. I think you get one Rikishi talk. They have WhatsApp groups.
Oh, yeah.
Gagamaru will go back and say, had a great experience there.
Tochinoshin would go off
Yeah.
at an event like that. It'd be so fun. Oh, the ice cream lady.
Yeah, so the ice cream people walk around the Osaka gymnasium trying to sell 400 yen ice creams, which for me doesn't represent a good value proposition. Because if I'm having a few beers, last thing I want is a sweet ice cream.
But if you did, the 400 yen is a sweet value proposition.
Well,
It's
in the sense that the ice cream comes to me.
It's a little cup, actually. One of the guys who was sitting next to us in the box got two at one time.
Yeah, I
he went
appreciate
and got
that.
2 beers. I like that.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to an event and the lines are really long and you've got to make sure that you get what you need so you don't have to line up again. He got 2 beers, 2 ice creams.
2 ice creams. So full of admiration there.
Oh, and also, EGOT, I need to update you because I know this through my own research. No, I saw it in the chat. It's Oscar and Tony. Oscar and a Tony Award.
That's so funny because I saw that in chat and I thought I must have missed something.
Like
I was like,
names?
who's Oscar and Tony? And if I'd seen Grammy there, I would have thought, is that a weird nickname for grandma? Because you know how people have different nicknames for their grandma.
Yeah. What's E though now? I've forgotten. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. And who's got them? Who's EGOT people? It's like Judy Dench or something. I don't know.
I'm not
Who
sure
sings
either.
as well? I should not be in the arts. So, of course, we have the excellent speech at the end.
Now,
He's saying, thank you, Amy and Dave, for coming to Osaka on days 1 to 4. Your presence really buoyed the event, and we enjoyed it.
give me an interpretation of face expressions, because you have an ability to read thoughts through face expressions.
Well,
What can I say?
Kiribiyama's like, how the absolute F am I here in this situation? Because nobody has been talking about, well, nobody in you and I, who is the person I've been with most over the last 2 weeks.
Look, I've got a
during
bit.
this sumo bout.
I haven't been talking to you a lot about Kiribiyama.
I've been talking about Kiribiyama. We haven't been talking about him. Tobizaru's like, I need to concentrate because I'm about to go out of Sanyaku and this is very important to me. Wakamatahara is a bit like yellow. For some reason, I'm not sure. Daisho is always just Daisho. And I can't see the others because they've turned away from me.
It's been a fascinating basho to watch in terms of Makuuchi. Midori Fuji with that incredible 10-run streak at the start. But just the quality of Daisho prevailing. You said it on about day 4 to me. Daisho's form looked similar as to when he won his Yusho in terms of his touchy eye, the accuracy of his attacks, his stability on his feet. And here we are 11 days later. You could see into the future.
Well, one thing I love... Oh, I can. One thing I love is when Kiribiyama gets to, like, fully be put in a situation where he is, like, chaotically activating kind of thing. Like, I'm never quite sure what Kiribiyama is going to do, but we've seen his excellent form play out over quite a while now, to the point where people are starting to be like, is he going to be the next Ozeki? I mean, obviously, ad infinitum, we're discussing the next Ozeki. And
well, I'm not, because it will happen when it happens.
It happens when it happens.
But I know people are begging for another Ozeki.
Yeah, and Kiribiyama's name is really up there. But for me, I've been totally focused on, well, Midori Fuji to start off with, but then Daisho is the only person I could ever imagine winning this Yusho.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Kiribiyama's there, and it comes down to, if Daisho wins today, he wins. But if Kiribiyama wins, we get a playoff. Amazing.
I don't feel like we've seen Kiribiyama fight under this kind of pressure before.
Yeah, it's good for him. It's great for him.
I wonder how he'll respond, because I think we might have spoken on one of the podcasts, but about once you've won a Yusho, you know how to win a Yusho.
Yeah.
And about how to stave off the pressure.
Yep.
Ignore the noise and do your style of sumo. Without having seen it before, I think Kiribiyama will be quite good at it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder.
I feel like he has a very mature head on his shoulders, but enough of that. Let's talk Juryo Chiinokuni up against Kid Nawaka. Kid Nawaka already with the Kachikoshi 8 and 6. Chiinokuni coming into this with what I would say is a very positive 2 and 12. I feel like he's gone very, very close on all 12 occasions.
Yeah, we haven't seen the same spirit from him. We haven't seen the same brawling aspect. We've seen him be, I would say, a little bit careful about his body, and his sumo doesn't work when he's careful. And maybe that's a sign that as soon as you feel like you need to be careful, there's something really going wrong, some pain or something that he's aware of.
And I think it comes down to the thrusting attacks from Chiinokuni that we've seen look good, but aren't having a great effect in terms of moving his opponent back. And once he loses that space, he doesn't really this time around seem to have many answers as to how he can create that space.
That's exactly right. As we see Ochiai enter the arena for his very exciting bout. One programming thing we are 100% on board with is Saniyama Ochiai today, because even though it has no bearing on the Juryo Yusho, it absolutely has bearing for the future of sumo.
Absolutely.
Because presumably we're going to see these guys come up against each other. So Saniyama's about to go up. Ochiai will take at least one more, but he might be in Makuuchi in May. Will he be fighting a Saniyama? I mean, you have to think so, unless the Saniyama goes 15-0 in May.
I just wanted to take the opportunity. We often do weather reports on our podcasts and
you're
live
standing
streams.
up at the window.
And rather than look on the internet, I'm just going to look out the window
yeah.
and I'm going to have a guess at the temperature.
Yep.
Well, it's drizzly here in Tokyo. You can see a lot of people out on the street with umbrellas. It's not heavy rain, but it's misty.
It's misty.
We're sitting on about 13 or 14, I'd say at the moment. Not cold.
We're hoping so much the rain will finish before we have to go to Haneda Airport in about 3 hours.
We've got to walk luggage 10 minutes to the station, and I think that's going to be deeply unpleasant if it's raining.
Well, we've also had to buy more luggage because we've bought, quite a few things. So we've got a fair whack of luggage, I'd say.
Yeah.
A lot of wheeled units.
We'll be right. Let's have a look at the preparation of Chiinokuni on your screen. Well, chiseled from stone, this man. Beautiful, beautiful rikishi. Let's see what he can do today. I think a 3-12 would be an incredibly positive end to this basho for him. But in his way, Kid Nawaka. On the other side of that door to 3-12. Can he do it? Chiinokuni, let's just put it all out there.
It's time for one more big fella. You can do it.
Kid Nawaka down first. Chiinokuni attacks the chest, but Kid Nawaka stands tall. Chiinokuni continues attacking. This is better sumo from him. Overwhelms Kid Nawaka. Takes him off the dirt thing, the doyo. I'm so overwhelmed. I've forgotten the name of the thing they fight on. That
Fantastic.
Is beautiful sumo. I might just go out on the balcony and just yell Chiinokuni.
Yeah, please. I mean, that's what I'm talking about in terms of not worrying about your body. Like these brawl style, the slamming your hands into your opponent's face, the concentration on the neck, the stepping forward no matter what your knees are screaming out at you, and your ankles probably, and your thighs. And look at the look on his face. Did you catch that?
Look at the look on my face. I couldn't be happier. What a hero. 3-12. Courageous effort from Chiinokuni. Well, up next, as we come to the end of Juryo, or approaching the end, a Nanasho Nanahai matchup.
There haven't been heaps this time around, have there?
Not in terms of Juryo. This is our first in terms of rikishi against each other. Atami Fuji and Tohakuryu 7-7. How can we understand the basho of Atami Fuji?
Oh, I'm not sure how to understand a Tamifuji yet. I'm going to full on admit it right now. I think he's getting more. We've questioned his aggression in the past, and that maybe he needs to find some more spirit and some more aggression, because I think he loves sumo and he is good at it, obviously, to have got to this position, but he really needs that red hot, fiery spirit to pull out those wins when he needs it, and to constantly find himself either performing badly. There's been a few really bad ones, like when he got up to Makuuchi, but often getting himself to 7-7 or parity towards the end of the basho. Like, you just don't want to put yourself in that situation over and over again. Massive hello to Tim and Ben in the chat as well. It's so good to have you guys here.
Thanks for hanging out. Now, Toha Kuryu is a rikishi who's won me over these last 15 days.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of criticism out there about dirty tactics, dirty back foot sumo, dishonest sumo.
Yeah.
But I tell you, I like what I've seen this time around. I think even in his losses, he's represented himself well. I do think he looks better when he is faster out of the touchy eye. As soon as he goes on the back foot, I think the reflex is to start looking for a pull, start looking for a twist. But I've really liked what I've seen, and it turns out the Juryo gods think the same thing, because he's now 7-7 at Juryo 1. Thinking about the door,
Yeah.
they're both on either side of the door.
Yeah. This is like a portal kind of thing.
A portal.
Like
I
there's
think
two.
I think both of them see the door.
Yeah. How are they picturing the door?
Well, it's a door.
But I feel like Tohaku is picturing it as though he's going to open it and immediately pull a Tamifuji through it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different take.
Whereas the Tamifuji's he's going to open the door and he's going to say, like,
No.
how are you?
I
Thanks for coming today.
couldn't agree. A Tamifuji's
Really
the kind
polite.
of Tamifuji's the kind of rikishi that will, after winning, realise that the door is the friends that he made along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the door, there's no door.
No. There's just like love of
Exactly.
everyone
Love
involved
of
in sumo.
Yeah.
Whereas he needs to be pounding on it. He needs to get that fist out. He needs to be like, I demand entry.
Well, some other, and I don't like to use this word on the stream, but horny camera work, I think is the best way to say it.
Yikes.
As the delicious pan up and close up of a Tamifuji there.
Yeah, I think they might have an intern on the cameras this time around on a Bema, because they're exercising the zoom to a level it shouldn't be allowed to be used. Zoom out. Thank you, they heard me. I mean, there is a lot of yelling for a Tamifuji, as there always is, but maybe especially on day 15 of Osaka, when we have this amazing Nanasho Nanahai matchup against Toha Kuryu. A Tamifuji's down and bouncing. He comes in a little bit tentatively. Toha Kuryu slapping at a Tamifuji's face, but a Tamifuji standing firm, trying to push him back. Toha Kuryu jumps out of the way, but a Tamifuji, he doesn't go out and he stays solid. He circles the doyo.
Oh!
Slaps Toha Kuryu to the ground, injures him, it looks like, but a Tamifuji, he's found that door entry.
He found it. It wasn't the friends he made along the way. It was actually a Kachikoshi behind the door.
Amazing.
Now, I can't wait to see this replay, because we talk about dancing along the Tawara, but I tell you what, this was some incredible footwork from Tamifuji. Kept him in this great attacking sumo from Toha Kuryu early. And look, a Tamifuji should be out of it here. He looks down. 1 foot.
2 feet.
Or 2 foot. Third foot. Wow. I mean, that's as good as sumo gets, and he knows it as he whips the sagari out, makes direct eye contact with the Osaka crowd, and just said, how'd you like that?
I knew my arts training, my ballet training had paid off there.
God.
My appreciation of all things fine. paid off in a beautiful, delicate balance on a Tawara there for Atami Fuji, who finishes with a Kachikoshi at Juryo 8. Fantastic to see. Tohakuryu at Juryo won that final win. Could have given him an entry into Makuuchi, but he's destined to stay now in Juryo for one more time. A long time Juryo stalwart, and he will remain.
So this brings us to the final bout of Juryo for the March Basho 2023. As we said before, the Yusho has been decided already. Ichinojo takes us, but this next bout, this is one for the sumo academics.
Yes.
And in hundreds or thousands of years for sumo archaeologists. No one else will be interested in this. This is for the people who keep their own spreadsheets, who probably will take a selfie with the TV with these two in the background.
Yes.
But we are here.
I'm doing it right now.
We are
Stop
here
calling me
for
out.
it. Ochiai versus Asaniyama. Asaniyama very much just passing through Juryo, but what an impact Ochiai has made already in his debut in Juryo. We saw that nasty arm injury probably day 5 or 6 from memory.
From not Tsushimanara,
Tochi Musashi. And we saw Ochiai fight a little tentatively, I think it was on the left arm from memory. But in the last few days, he's stopped taping up.
Yes.
He's looked very, very good. His hair slicked back.
Yep.
19 years old.
Yep.
Faces the Exozeki today. I think there's a lot that we'll be looking for in this particular bout. Asaniyama's look so good this Basho though.
And they look similar size-wise. Asaniyama a little bit bigger. Ochiai, a kind of squat guy, but to see these two facing up together, it really does feel like a bit of a sumo history moment.
Totally.
Just getting my camera out and reversing that camera so I can take a selfie of me here.
Well, I wonder in terms of preservation for the future whether someone shouldn't pull a stone tablet out and chisel this moment because, you know, I mean, I don't want to get too far into it, but how do you preserve digital media when we're talking about thousands and thousands of years? Stone tablets we know will still be there.
And so much fun to unearth.
Oh, exactly.
Like it's better than just like, oh, here's a DAT tape.
Yeah. Or you get the little...
Like in with all the other DAT
DATs. Or you dig it up and then you use the little brush.
Oh, the brush.
And when you do the left side, you're like, oh, it's Asaniyama.
And you just get the tiny corner off. You're like,
yeah,
what's this?
Yeah, what's this?
Then you like you say, you see the face. Brush, 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 brush.
The convenience stores here would sell stone tablets, wouldn't they?
I imagine so.
All right, well,
start chiseling.
Might actually miss it because they're about to go here. The final match of Juryo, Asaniyama up against Ochiai, ready to go. Ochiai hits hard at the touch-eye. Asaniyama controls, starts moving Ochiai back. Ochiai resists, starts coming forward at Asaniyama. Goes for the arm throw. They are struggling on the Tawara, but Asaniyama brings them back into the middle. But you still feel like Ochiai is in the driver's seat here. Great shot of Asaniyama's face there. Look of absolute calm, mixed with a bit of concern. But he's been in this situation before. He'd know what to do. Ochiai leaning in hard. Goes for the double-handed belt. Oh! Oh! Sumo!
Sumo!
Well,
absolutely. What about? Probably one of the best bouts we've seen this Basho, I think.
Well, if I hadn't seen Atami Fuji in the bout before, I might say that. But what an effort there from Ochiai. But look, Asaniyama's response to the throw attempt there. I want to see the replay of that. I had the tears were in my eyes. I couldn't see what was going on.
I was just gasping for breath there. Look, Asaniyama, you commented on his face. He really does stay calm, but you can see that time where he starts thinking, I've got to do something here. I've got to show that I'm an Exozeki and hopefully a future one again, because he was taken to the bales again and again by Ochiai. We see Ochiai just thrusting his whole body at Asaniyama's, which should have taken him over and would have taken a lot of other opponents over. To level it up in the middle here, this is the point I'm talking about where Asaniyama is just thinking, what am I going to do here? But it's Ochiai who initiates
here.
again.
We see on the replay. But look at the... Oh, my God. I mean, you see there as Ochiai initiated, Asayama worked the right hand onto the belt in the blink of an eye. I mean, wow. Wow. What about to finish Juryo?
A fantastic bout. I enjoyed that so
Oh.
much. And that really delivered for a Juryo, that had already been decided. As in the Yusho, Ichinojo, no worries. For that to be the final bout for all of us, really just like gave us a bit of sumo love there. Repaid us for our faith in sumo.
Oh, they certainly did.
And
wow.
look,
Sumo. How good is it?
We have the Sandanmei playoff here. I did know that this was happening, and I forgot to worry about it. Because we're at the onset.
They'll stick around for this. Now, instantly I'm drawn to the hair of Toshunryu.
Oh, well done, Toshunryu.
Well, it's hiragana.
Yeah.
Both of these kids coming in at 7 and 0. Kiyono Umi is his opponent today, but I tell you what, Toshunryu's hair just has that look about it.
Like it more, yeah. I mean, obviously he is young, or at least he hasn't been in sumo for long enough to have the top knot. So he's 23 years old, Toshunryu. He's from Tamanoi Bay, and he's only been in sumo since July last year, where he powered through. No Yusho yet. I mean, sometimes you win a number of Yusho along the way, but not this guy. He's just come straight through. His opponent. It's gone off my screen. We're operating off phones here. Kiyono Umi. He's bigger. He's got the big sumo body.
Oh, no mucking around here. It's time for sumo.
Toshunryu is down first, and he flies at Kiyono Umi. Kiyono Umi comes forward though. He is pushing, but it is Toshunryu who is much quicker. He dances around the doyo. He's just beautiful movement.
Well,
he absolutely baffles.
If I had to compare
Kiyono
that
Umi.
effort to an animal, the gazelle comes to mind there.
And he loves it too. He's gesturing with his arm.
Oh, yeah.
He's saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Toshunryu has won the Sandanmei Yusho.
Beautiful stuff. Do we have any more playoffs?
No, this is the only one.
Oh, it's a pity. I mean, we do need to get to the airport at some point, but I'm having such a good time. We don't have any more Juryo bouts to go.
We don't. That's the end. We do have an exciting Makuuchi time of it, though, which comes down to the very final bout of the day, which will probably be on a train to Haneda Airport for, unfortunately. But we'll check in along the way to see whether Daiyosho, if he wins the Yusho, his second Yusho. If Kiribiyama wins, then we move into a playoff, which will be very exciting. But, tune into our final podcast for the March Basho. We'll talk about Meatland in a sealed section at the end. If you don't want to hear about Meatland, please, if you want to go in fresh, don't listen to that bit.
Was it... I think Corey put in the chat, it's our meat cast. Oh, yeah. And I think that's how we'll be introducing that segment.
Yeah, it was a real experience. Really something to behold. Thank you so much for being with us for Juryo. It's the premiere part of sumo. We love it, and we love you guys being with us for it. So thank you very much. We'll be back in May.
Bye.
Yeah.